right. Cheers.
Oh my gosh. Cheers. You guys. Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Saucy Sibz Podcast with Francesca.
And I'm Nicodemus. And we're so excited to have you on today. Us on.
I listened to one of our old episodes and we're like, and we're siblings. We were actually talking about like how to tell people about what the podcast is. And we were like, I don't know. I just think it's like David and Alexis, but like drunk.
Right. I feel it's like David and Alexis, but we're drunker, but we're also kind of smarter and way less poor. Wait. More poor. Way more
Yeah,
poor.
we were never as posh. They're poor in the show.
Yeah. But they're like, yeah.
We were like millionaires.
But you guys, welcome back. And we have a lot to tell you today. And I decided to wear a robe today just because I was lounging around the house.
He's actually wearing a robe that's embroidered with Francesca from a bachelorette party that I went on. To set the scene for those of you listening and not watching, listen, we're wearing disguises.
We are. I'm wearing sunglasses and a bathrobe. Francesca's in a designer hat with some, chic sunglasses. No one can see us.
No. I've always felt like when I wear sunglasses, like, on Big Daddy, when he tells him that he's invisible with the sunglasses on, I feel like that.
You feel like that? Go
I can
unnoticed.
see you. Yeah. But you can't see me.
I kind of have two different disguises actually in real life. When my hair is down versus when my hair is up, people don't recognize me. So if you've never met me with my hair down, they don't know I have long hair. So when I put my hair down, like I've noticed this where people will be like, oh, I've never met you. I'm like, you have. And I put my hair
It's
up,
like a different.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You do have a different persona. It's like your flair. It's like Nick reaches a certain time of the night and he like takes the hair and like just like tosses it down and it's like bright blonde and everyone's like, oh.
I literally go into the bathroom and do like a whole like spasm, shake it out, head spin, nod, look at myself in the mirror, and then walk out. And as the sun goes down, so does my hair.
Oh.
Yeah,
like
that's kind
that.
of what I've been doing, what I've been telling people.
You're wearing Betsy Johnson sunglasses. I just realized.
Are they Betsy Johnson?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I don't know whose they are. Like the sides are butterfly wings. They're very performative.
I found them in the Lost and Found at my work. And okay. I was like, okay, I could rock these for the day.
I mean, they're a vibe.
But, guy, thank you.
So
good. I'm glad.
Why are we wearing disguises, Nick?
Okay, guys. I mean, this is kind of a secret between us and you, but we're wearing disguises because we're kind of famous now. We have hit 1,000 followers on TikTok.
Do we need an agent?
And
a publicist?
We need it all. We need it all.
Just like a whole 1,000, you guys.
Yeah.
We had one reel go viral.
Yeah.
Which we have since been told that 100,000 views is not viral.
I know. I work with this kid who is 19 and he has like 19,000 followers on TikTok. He just looks like, we call him TikTok because he just looks like one of those 19-year-olds on TikTok.
All
like
they do
hair,
is like stare into the camera. I don't get Gen Z.
I don't get them either.
Like, I didn't know I'd be the old person saying that. They just like lick their lips and stare into the camera and like flip their hair and like and then you get 19,000 followers.
So I told him, I was like, I have a TikTok going viral right now. He goes, oh wow, 100K, that's really good. It's not viral though. I was like, fuck. I was like, what's viral? He goes, 500K to $1 million. I was like, okay, all right, TikTok.
I would say probably around like $1 million.
Yeah,
but listen, we got 800 followers overnight.
800 followers overnight, and it just feels good. Like, those pictures you see online of like, it has like the photo of a orange like heart and it's a bear trap, or like people injecting themselves with like Facebook likes. Like, yes, I get that. Like, I'm addicted. I was like, oh.
Well, when you're trying to do it as like a job.
No, I know.
It's you're like, okay, like people are like enjoying the content.
Yeah.
Because you guys, TikTok is where it's at.
TikTok is the superior platform. And like the comments on this video, everyone was being so nice, fun, and supportive, Well,
yeah, they were just being funny and like starting a conversation, which is what Instagram used to be.
Used to be. Yeah.
And I used to when I originally was like a gluten-free food blogger, it was like gluten-free girls from all over the world were my pals online.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I was like, oh, like, of course they weren't like my real friends, but to be honest, we all followed each other. We all talked about our gluten-free food. And like, I didn't know gluten-free food in real life 10 years ago. So like, they were all my buds and we just like all had supportive, awesome comments. I don't know what's going on with the Instagram algorithm, but it is exclusively showing us to homophobes.
Dude, it is fucking crazy. I don't know why you would show our TikToks to at Joe Biden as a fucking clown.
No, you mean our Instagram reels.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry. It's like, I just can probably guess that at Joe Biden as a fucking clown is a homophobe, you know? And he commented shit. Just people be like, repent. Or
yeah,
like,
and conservatives, I don't think all conservatives are homophobes
no, I don't
or anything.
think that either.
But it's just like it's a certain subset of far right that for some reason all of our Instagram reels are being shown to. Like people who like right now, I feel like drag is getting like attacked for having children around. And there's a reason you don't bring kids to strip clubs too.
Yeah.
Like it has nothing to do with, I don't know, but it is showing us to people and they're like, we're getting attacked for having like a drag queen on.
People were like, wow, with every day men strays farther away from God. And I'm like, bitch. Okay, one time, my favorite one, I was like, it was you, me, and our friend Liam Riley, who is an adult performer and drag queen. And someone was like, wow, gay. And I was like, the man does gay porn.
Like we couldn't get more gay. The point is gay.
The point is gay. Like there is a pinnacle of gay, and the limit is gay porn. You know what I mean? Maybe not actually, but but it's just like, yo, we know we're gay.
Also, we talked about this. So like with drag performance, so like men dressing up as women, was Shakespeare gay?
Well,
okay, I'm not getting into but what I'm saying is like women used to not be allowed to act in plays. It was all men dressing up. So were they just all gay back then? Is that just a gay thing to dress up and play parts? Is performance, is theater
gay?
Is Hugh Jackman gay because he sings and dances on stage?
If someone called Hugh Jackman gay,
it's insane.
I would be like, you can... no, at that point, like up is down and down is up. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, Hugh Jackman is the man of men and he sings. Like he is a Renaissance man. Like he performs, he acts, he's hot, he's badass, he's manly, he's sensitive. Like
also, we've talked about this, like with, let's say like the far right, like attacking Harry Styles for wearing women's clothes.
Yeah.
What was like, you know, Black Sabbath or Kiss or any of them doing back then with long hair and tight leather pants and like diamonds and studs and like I just think like every generation thinks that like this generation's going to hell. Like that's what they're doing. Like it's Satan worship.
Yeah.
When it's like you guys had sex, drugs, and rock and roll and men wearing wigs and makeup.
Well, that's also kind of what I feel when like nail polish. Like I usually have my nails painted and people still have a problem with that. I'm like, guys, have you all forgotten about David Bowie? What about Billy Idol? Don't act like I am just this gay ass, you know, like women cross-dressing, you know, millennial because I'm painting my nails. I'm like, y'all fucking grandpas were doing it. You know what I mean? Like in the 70s. It's in the 60s. Like I'm like, guys, what have we forgotten? I didn't make this shit up. I'm not the first man to start wearing nail polish. The punk scene.
Also Madonna. Exactly. Yeah. And then also how much did Madonna have gay men in all of her dancing and all of her, and we had already talked about that on a podcast, but it's like, this is like not new.
Nothing is new. And it's like, it's funny that like, I don't know. It just kind of blows my mind. And that's why I want to be like, sometimes I want to be like, put on a dress and be like, what the fuck are you going to say?
Yeah.
You know, but not that I don't want to be provocative, but like sometimes when I do something that isn't meant to be provocative and it provokes people, I'm kind of like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Anyway,
Instagram.
We just went on a hard rant.
I know, but Instagram needs to fix our algorithm.
Yeah,
it is like it's exhausting. I don't need to be told to repent on all my videos. Whereas like TikTok is just out here feeling us.
I know. Everyone's like, you fucking get it.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I mean, that's truly the difference between the platforms. I would rather hang out with my friends than get told to repent, you know? But
Instagram's becoming a marketplace. It's going to be like, you know how our grandparents sit and just scroll through Facebook and like they just kind of do it to do it? That's how Gen Z sees us as literally. Like millennials. Like, what are we even doing scrolling through Instagram for the same reels and the same sounds? Wow, this might My drink is carbonated, you guys.
I think I'm going to keep that in. Just a good old Francesca burp with a microphone. What'd you do today? I recorded myself burping.
I can burp the ABCs.
I don't ever want to fucking see it. I don't like burps. I
won contests at summer camp.
Stop.
Yeah. This is one of those weird things I flex on that you hate.
I'm really good at burping.
Nick, I'm great.
Stop.
I can swallow air and force burp.
I actually don't have the ability to like belch. Like I can like, but I don't do that. Like,
mine's like octaves. It's like, actually, before we started recording, I like did one. And it goes, what the fuck was that?
It was like, it had like a bass level to it. You know what I mean? Like I was kind of in shock.
Have you ever heard someone say nice push after a burp?
I'm literally
anyway, you guys, I might be burping. I'm drinking a wine seltzer. Also, I feel like I can get away with anything with sunglasses on. Truly, I'm undercover. I'm famous. Hopefully, they don't recognize me at the gas station.
I know.
And it's a trucker hat. I kind of feel like Britney Spears.
Britney Spears, right?
In the barefoot truck stop days.
God, I love her. She's from the South. Okay. So speaking of us being famous, guys, I was at the bar last night. And this bar, we had a DJ. I mean, we were popping off, okay? Dancing. I'm with my girls. I'm with my girlies. Francesca was not there yet.
No,
okay?
I was at work. But I did close down the wine bar a little early to get to the DJ.
As you should. Fuck work. Anyway, so...
It was empty. My work listens. I got permission. I didn't close it too early.
On the record.
On the record, I closed at an appropriate time.
So responsible. So anyway, let me set the scene for you guys. I was hair down, flipping, flopping, jamming to the house music. I'm with my girls. I'm with my friends, Mm-hmm. I'm even like up on the stage. Okay. Sunset. We're outside in a beer garden. And this girl, I see her like there's like a staircase like behind the stage pretty much like that walks down from like the parking lot that's upstairs, but it's still outside. So she walks down the staircase. Well, now I have to burp. Oh my God. I'm cursed. But see, that was my little like.
That was a burp?
Yeah. It's just like it's like honestly just readjusting air to me. Okay. But anyway, so this girl, I see her she basically walks down the stairs and she beelines over to me. And I'm like, she comes up like I honestly I thought she was gonna tell me that she really liked my hair because when a random girl just walks straight up to me, I know what they're gonna say. I like your hair. You have better hair than me. And I'm like, thank you.
Constant. You know what my least favorite thing is? When it's in front of me. And I don't get compliments on my hair. I've gotten a cup.
I'm like,
I'm sorry.
This is
Nick just had to like blow his nose.
No, like my nose is a little runny.
You just wiped it on the terry cloth robe.
Okay.
He couldn't excuse himself for a tissue, just uses my terry cloth robe.
I mean, no.
Why don't you just blow your nose in it at this point? Do you need a hanky?
No, I'm good. I do. No.
Our family used to carry hankies, like
really?
Uncle Jerry. Yeah, our great uncle.
That's so like
it's like old school. Like I remember like my great uncles and aunts like letting me use their hankies and then putting it back in their pockets.
That's so fucking weird.
Anyway, so my least favorite thing
is
that when people come up and compliment you on your hair when I'm next to you and I'm your motherfucking sister and like
you have great hair though.
I have good hair.
But you're a woman, so no one really cares.
No one cares.
No one cares. It's like that's just expected.
Yeah. The bare minimum.
I know.
Conditioning, products, color, cuts.
Yeah.
Men have no idea how much women spend on their hair.
No, men don't know actually, because I got mine colored and I spent quite a lot of money. And I was telling my friends, I was like, hey girlies, is this like a lot of money? She was like, oh no, I do that every 6 months. And I'm like,
or some people do it every 6 weeks, Nick.
Oh my God.
No, Dad has told me before because my mother is blonde. And he has said out loud before, thank God you're a brunette because I don't think I could have afforded you growing up.
With like,
because I would have started getting highlights and stuff at 16.
Yeah.
And it's literally every 6 to 12 weeks, like a whole, few $100s.
No, yeah.
Obviously touch-ups are less, but for yours, you did a whole shebang.
I did a whole shebang.
Wait, I'm going to interrupt your story just because we're talking about hair.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to insert this. Another thing men don't know about women that we do with our hair.
What? Oh, yeah.
This is a secret trick in the girl world. And okay, so a couple weeks ago we were out to brunch, and my friend Vaught, he had something in his teeth, and I was like, and I'm always the bitch to tell someone when they have something in their teeth.
Fix it.
Tell your friends when they have things stuck in their teeth.
True friends do that.
Always. Immediately when I notice. I don't let them figure it out. I'm like, yo. And he was like, oh, he like gets out his phone. He tries. He's like, okay, I got to go to the bathroom. So we went to the bathroom, and it was right in the middle of his two front teeth. And he like even tried to use like one of the bathroom like napkins.
And he just couldn't get it.
Couldn't. And he came back and he's like, dude, like, I think I'm going to, because we're going to like a fancy brunch place in Aspen. He's like, yo, I think I'm going to like go down to like the pharmacy and get floss. And I was like, oh no, I have a trick. And he was like, what? Like he has short hair. And I was like, nice. Just opened another bush light. I go, all right, I'm about to let you in on a girl's secret. I go, Nick knows the secret because he has long hair and he's gay and has a sister. And so I go, I don't know if this is going to gross you out. And I took a strand of my hair and I plucked it from my head at fancy brunch and I handed it to him. I go, doesn't gross you out. You can use this. He goes, what?
Yeah.
I go, yeah, girls, if you're in a pinch, and every girl knows you can pluck if you have strong hair. Some people have really weak, brittle hair.
And there's we don't have that.
No,
problem.
We get it from our mother. We have very thick, like strong hair.
Yeah.
Literally plucked a piece, and I was like, and he was like, wait. He like sets on his phone and like nonchalantly like uses it, and it came immediately out. And he was like, this is just something that girls have kept under wraps. That like he's girls like, I would have never known.
Yeah.
And yes, that's a little trick, men, for our male listeners. Yeah. If you need some floss, just ask one of your girlies.
You know. It works really well. And
it does.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
You would.
But
continue. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We were talking about flossing.
You're outside.
Okay, I'm outside.
Beer garden.
Sunset. This girl walks down, runs up on me, literally runs up on me, and she just starts like, oh yeah, and I'm like, I've never seen this woman in my life, and I'm like, yes, and she's like, oh. Really? And I'm like, can I help you? Are you lost? Like, you must be a tourist. Like, what's going on? And she was like, you hit on my boyfriend. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, you hit on my boyfriend. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, who are you? Like, I literally had to be like, who are you?
Like, I'm sorry. Like,
and then she was like, I'm Allie or something. And I was like, oh, okay. And what boy are we talking about?
Yeah. And you're like, Allie.
Like, Allie like, never. And then she's like, we've met. You hit on my, and I'm like, okay, girl. And it's like, there's like mute, like we're on the stage. Like, you know what I mean? Which was, one moment. Let me just finish this part. But like, basically like, I had to be like, oh, and then she said like, oh, Reed. And I was like, oh, I know Reed. Yeah. And she was like, you hit on him at the drag show. I like know her boy. I honestly have no recollection of her at all. And like, I think at the drag show, and like,
was she there?
She was apparently. Okay. That's what she was saying. And so I was like sitting there. I was like, oh yeah, and like this dude's cute and whatever. But I was like, listen. One thing about me: if I'm trying to take you home, you will know. Yeah. You know, like I am very forward. And this guy, absolutely fucking not would I ever try that. You know what I mean? It's just like not even like, and he is 100% straight. Like I would never in a million years. I was probably just like, oh my God, Reed, you're so handsome. Probably because I was a little litty titty at that drag show.
We've talked about the drag show pores, the gay bar pores, the GBPs.
GBPs
is what we have learned it's called from our friends on TikTok.
Our friends on TikTok who are loving and supportive.
And you know what? There was also, we were like, we need an older gay man
so many
to
older
tell us
men.
If it's gay culture. And they were like, 55-year-old gay man here. It's a GBP, a gay bar pour. And they go, this has always been a thing.
Always been a thing.
So anyway, everyone was litty titty.
Everyone was litty titty. And like, I just know like I wasn't being like, and I'm never like gross or weird at like when I've
never seen you. I mean, there's been a couple blackout times with our very good friends that you've said ridiculous things to.
But like, yeah, but I would never just to someone that I barely even know. You know what I mean?
Like a random straight man at a friendly event.
No.
Of course not.
No,
You're not problematic.
No, absolutely not. Thank you for saying that. But anyway, she kept on going, and so, but meanwhile, you know, I'm surrounded by all my friends at the bar I go to every day, you know? And I was just like, and look at me. I am not the type of person you want to fight. And what I mean by that is I would never, ever hit someone back. You can punch me in the fucking face and I will probably not hit you back, especially if it was a woman, just because like there's people around and stuff like that, and I would literally never. And
we've been raised like that.
Yeah, though. I would never hit a woman. We would
never raise our hands to anyone. Well,
I've never been in a fight.
A girl has thrown me in a fire, and Nick, he was like, I've never been closer to like.
But I still didn't hit her.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Of course not.
Yeah.
But you were like, Francesca, like if there was a time that I were to lay my hands on someone, it would have only been in a pushing away situation. But you were like, I still would never touch a woman.
Ever. And so all my friends are like, they'll be like, do you know this girl? And I'm like, I don't know this girl. And then so they immediately, I was like, this girl's about to hit me. And I'm just like, girl. And so I looked at her and I was like, she was like, if you ever hit on my boyfriend again. And I was like, oh my God, like I can't promise you that because I don't know who you are. And I was like, you can hit me if you want. Meanwhile, I'm surrounded by all my friends and there's video cameras everywhere. I was like, and I'm literally
okay. This is something about us though, because we don't fight. We would never physically fight, but we fight with words, and then we will fight with our lawyers.
I know. And that's the thing. It's like, it was kind of like,
you were like, go ahead, bitch.
I was like, I'm with one of my good friends, Emily. If this girl hit me, Emily would rip her head off. You know?
Also, I saw Emily yesterday. She goes, Francesca, I already woke up this morning and chose violence. And I was like, wow, Emily, one of my favorite terms. And she was like, no, like, I know it's one of your favorite terms. She goes, I was on one today, because she was telling me the story when I showed up. She goes, I wanted this girl to try something because I wanted an excuse.
Just to fuck someone up.
She's scrappy. Like, she would fight for you.
And she's an athlete. Like, I mean, she's very athletic. And like, like, and she's the type of girl to hit a girl, you know? Yeah. She's the type of girl to hit a dude, you know? And I was just like,
in a good way. We fucking love that bitch.
Yeah, we love her. And so I was just kind of like, I'm literally on the stage, like in front of a packed bar. And I was like, this girl's about to fight me. You know what I mean? And I'm just sitting here. So then all my friends start laughing at her. And it was literally the most embarrassing thing. And I feel bad for this woman I hope that she can forget the humiliation that happened. Because I was like, you can hit me if I want. She was like, I want to. And I'm like, okay. And then everyone starts like laughing at her on the stage. And they boo her off and she runs away. And I was like, and people are all like, what was that? And I was like, I don't know. And they were like, I was like, I don't know who that is. I don't know her name. I've never met her. I guess I have, but like, you know what I mean? And I was also, there's such thing as like a home field advantage. On the stage, surrounded by your friends, Emily to the side. You know what I mean?
And Emily's boyfriend.
And Emily's boyfriend, who would also probably punch a girl. You know what I mean? But like,
wait, you told me? You told me he hit a 12-year-old at the skate park the other day.
I don't know the story, but I just know that this grown-ass man hit a 12-year-old because they got into a fight at the skate park. I don't know the story. I don't know if that's true.
You not abuse a child. Like the skate park kids around here, the little grommets. Yeah. They're scrappy.
And they're fuckers. They're little fuckers. And I guess this 12-year-old was like really fucking with Tony. And Tony like hit a 12-year-old. I don't know the whole story, but I've just heard about it. Anyway, so
we're gonna have to ask if we have to bleep out his name. He probably doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't give a shit, yeah. But yeah, I need to ask him about that. But anyway, yeah. So I'm just sitting here like I've never been in a fight, and this girl ran up on me, and I'm sitting here. I had to go. Who are you?
So I show up at the bar, and you're like, Nick or Francesca, you will never believe. And I am like, if I was there, I'm like, do people know? Like, what did you say? You were like, I have Tony and Emily here, but this girl hasn't even met my sister yet. I was like, she hasn't
even met Francesca. I was like, I just have like security around me pretty much, you know? Yeah. And so I was kind of like, I mean, Tony was like, that's brave of her, I guess, to like, just like roll up.
Oh my Sorry, God. Guys. I missed my mouth.
We call her Dribbles for a reason.
Dribbles is my nickname. Actually, I wore just change the subject, but not. Last night I showed up and everyone's like, it's raining. Why are you in a powder blue suede dress? It's one of my favorite dresses.
It looked great. The dress was awesome.
I go, you guys, I just like wish someone would award me a medal because
you work at a wine bar.
I literally work at a wine bar. I worked for 9 hours yesterday. And my nickname is Dribbles, and I did not get one drop of red wine on that blue suede. I prayed to the gods. Actually, Dom was like, hey, can you take this bus tub of like plates back to the dish pit? And I said, no. Like, I said, I'm sorry, I didn't dress for this, but I can't really risk like meatball sauce.
Ew. Yeah. Bus tubs are the fucking worst.
No, I can't touch a bus tub in a blue suede dress.
Absolutely not.
No, I said, I'm sorry. I didn't sign up for that today. She was like, what? And I was like, I didn't. I showed up to work to look cute today and pour wine carefully, but I didn't show up for hard labor. She was like, this bitch.
Okay. So you show up in the powder blue dress and powder blue suede dress. Mm-hmm. And so then I'm telling Francesca about like the mayhem that just happened. Mayhem's been
and
my
I'm
favorite
just like,
word, so.
She's so lucky that I wasn't here.
So lucky. Then I look, so we're by the bar. I look as I'm telling you the story. She's directly behind you. And I go, uh-oh. And she turns around and she goes, I just want to say, and I'm like, nope.
And Nick goes, oh, it's her. That's the bitch.
I was like, that's the bitch I'm talking about. And please leave me alone. Like, I was like, she was like, and then she comes up. I was like, oh God, like I looked, you know how you don't look at a crackhead? I like looked at the crackhead. You know what I mean? And I was like, fuck, I shouldn't have looked at the crackhead. You engaged. I engaged with the crackhead. And anyway, so... So anyway, she comes over here and I'm like, oh my God. I was literally just telling like Francesca for her safety. She is just lucky she didn't meet you. Bitch came rolling up on both of us again. I'm like, oh, good.
She wants it.
And I was like, oh no, please leave me alone. Like, please, like.
And she kept being like, listen, I just want to like apologize. And I just want to say, but here's the thing. Once you attempt to assault someone, and out of nowhere come up and scream at them and try to fight them, and they ask you to leave them alone, and then you come back, the person who has been aggressed upon, you are the victim. Yeah, I don't want to say victim, but you know what I mean. In the situation, it's like, you don't have to listen to someone's apology. You can actually just say, I don't want you around me. Like, you are under no obligation to have to listen to this person any longer.
I don't care about her apology.
It wasn't an apology. You could tell she was blacked out. You could tell she was still like hadn't like an aggressive energy to her. And she was like, well, I just want to. And it was like, you were like, no,
crackhead, leave me alone.
Please walk away from me. He didn't say crackhead. No. He was like, please walk away. I don't want to speak to you. I just want you to give me space. Actually, our friend M was next to us and was like, we just want space, girl. We just want space. Like, please, it's a big bar. There's many places to go. And so then she touched me. Listen, I don't like to be touched. She grabbed my forearm so the camera can see. Okay. And it was funny because I didn't react when she did it. I just kind of looked at her and you knew immediately. You go... I was going to let her do her thing. She doesn't know who I am. I'm just a random girl standing next to him. But when she would not back up, and Nick just kept saying, please back up for me. Please walk away. And then she got closer and laid her arm on him. I said, oh.
No. I just was like kind of in shock.
Did you immediately sense my energy change?
I was just like. You know what I mean? It was so like, it's really bright. Anyway. But like, yeah, I was like, uh-oh. And then you just went full on like. I
said, I'm sorry. This is my brother. And he has asked you to step away and you just laid your hands on him. I go, if you do not turn around and walk away right now, I will get you removed from this bar.
And then,
okay. Well, which I have a history of this.
Of kicking people out of bars.
My favorite thing is kicking people out of bars.
And I love being kicked out of bars. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it's okay to get kicked out of bars every once in a while.
But if you are aggressing someone, it is the happiest, nicest.
We're all vibing.
Everyone was vibing. It's like, you can just go elsewhere. No one, we're not yelling at you. We're not aggressing towards you. It's like, please just walk away. We want no part of this.
Yeah.
And then when she touched you, I was like, So she gets up in my face.
Gets up. Oh, and this is also like, girly, I'm one person you don't want to get in a fight with on the home turf, but like, all right, you're just losing this battle. Again, surrounded by friends with Francesca, also the bartender, one of our good friends. But
all the bartenders are good friends.
You know what I mean? And I was like, oh girl.
So I go, I will immediately have you removed from this bar. She goes, oh, really, bitch? I'd like to see you try. She goes, I've been in this county for 12 years and all of them are my friends.
And I just was like, famous last words. Famous last words.
That's fine. If that's like what you want to do. I go, we will not say names, but lovely, amazing, completely had our backs. I go, yo, B. I go, she just touched my brother and is trying to fight him and will not walk away. And I go, she needs to be removed right now. He jumps over the bar.
And he goes, you're out. I was like,
she was like, yo, because she knew him. And she was like, you can't do this, blah, blah. And he goes, it is all peace and love here. And we are all friends. And he goes, he was being nice. Of course, he's not going to.
He's being very like level-headed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's sober and working. And he literally was like, come on, you can come with me. It's all peace and love. Let's just turn around and do our own thing. But that's when you talk back to the people in charge.
Yeah.
Don't yell at the people with the keys.
Don't yell at the people with the keys.
She was like, no, and wanted him to hear the side of the story. I'm sorry. No bartender gives a fuck about your fight.
Yeah.
He doesn't care whose problem it is. He doesn't care who was wrong. If we didn't do anything towards you and you're just not walking away, he was like, nope. And she was like, no, they did this and you can't do this to me, and started screaming. He was like, okay, we're going out.
Yeah. And just had her removed from the bar. And to that, I said, 2 for 2. Because like, I wasn't even mad. I was more like, I wasn't like, I didn't feel like, of course I felt like aggressed upon, but I was just kind of like, what is happening? Who is this? You know what I mean? Like, why is she attacking me? You know what? I don't know. It was weird, but anyway, that's a story. Don't.
I don't hit on straight men. I don't know.
No, I didn't even hit on him.
No,
I know this guy. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
it's
wait.
just
Can I actually? I was talking to her roommate or her friend or something like that. Her friend came up to try to apologize later. And I was like, I don't think I ever hit on her boyfriend. She was like, no, I don't think you did either. And then I go, and I told her, I was like, because if I did hit on him, she'd be like, you'd probably go home with you. And I was like, stop. Stop. That's not true. That's not true. But like, I don't know. I just thought she was just making a joke. But
actually, Nick did say one thing when he was like, honestly, I don't care about your apology and I'm going to blast you on my podcast anyway. So like, do something about it. Or you literally were just like,
I'm going to put this on my podcast.
Just to like give you forewarning.
Oh my gosh.
But here's the thing. So I take offense when people say that our podcast is a shit talking podcast.
It's not. I know this is kind of a shit talking episode.
No, it's not. We talk about our lives.
Yeah. I mean, this is a funny story.
I'm not talking shit on anyone, but if you do something that is just don't be ridiculous. Like, okay, don't date Taylor Swift. If you like, and you can date Taylor Swift and break up with her nicely, she will probably write a nice, sad song about you. But if you fucking do her wrong, she's going to blast it.
We're the Taylor Swift of podcasts, everyone.
Listen, the fame is going to my head.
That 1,000 followers on TikTok just like really made me feel like I can say shit like this. Oh my God.
Like, with fame comes responsibility.
Exactly. The bigger the star, the smaller the ego.
Is that a saying?
Yeah, it was in with Liam. Liam Bambi told us that.
Okay. Yeah. There's 3 bottles of rosé.
We were all kind of a little sauced.
All right, guys. Speaking of rosé. I'd like to give a shout out to Vanderpump Rosé. This episode is sponsored by Vanderpump Rosé. First of all, it's amazing. So,
is it actually?
No, it's actually really good.
I have never tried it.
So, how this comes up? Let me just give you a little circle. So, I went to LA to film for a game show.
Yeah.
On a major network. I can't say anything. I actually talked to the legal team when I was there because I had to sign my life away, and I don't get paid if my episode doesn't air, and my episode won't air if I tell any details about it. So they told me, as far as the world is concerned, you were not on anything. You don't know it exists. You can't talk about it, especially not about the content and especially not about the outcome. And so I said, actually, one of my producers was lovely. And I was like, okay, listen, I have a podcast and I might
I really
have mentioned, I'm like, shit, like, am I about to like out myself? Like, obviously they wouldn't find out, but I needed to know. I was like, I mentioned that I was on a game show that I flew to LA for.
Right.
I was like, what am I allowed to say? And she was like, wait, you already, I was like, she's like, you signed that you weren't, and I was like, I didn't read it. I just signed it. And, which some people are really good about going through contracts.
I don't give a fuck.
I did when I worked in influencer marketing. So I had to go through them for, you guys reach out to me if you're an influencer and you need help, because I wrote those contracts and I would fuck over influencers. Not to try to, but like my agency made me.
Yeah.
So basically we could just decide to pay them for no reason and it was in their contract, which is horrible, but that's what big businesses do. So read through your contracts. Whoopsies. I didn't. And she's like, no, you can say you were on a game show for a network that you flew to. And she's like, and that's absolutely all you're allowed to say. It's like, okay. So you guys, Nick tried to come with me. We flew back because there was a COVID exposure. So I went back out.
To LA.
Yes. I didn't drink for 2 weeks before this.
You were trying to get like showtime, ready for the camera.
Yeah. I wanted to look fit and fresh and healthy and level-headed. Like, I am doing great. I'm working out. I have a dress to fit into again. And so I fly there, I land, wonderful. But I have, my call time is, I have to be up by 4 a.m. I have to be at my shuttle from the hotel at 6 a.m.
Full hair and makeup.
Well, I was supposed to be, and then I found out there was hair and makeup, so I freaked out for nothing. But I think they...
Well, that's kind of...
Yeah, I think they lied. I don't know. There was a miscommunication. Anyway, but like I got in at like 11 a.m. in LA, and one of our cousins lives in LA, fabulous gay man. He's like, yo, Francesca, you have to go to my friend's restaurant in WeHo. So I'm like, I'm going to go have myself a lovely, wonderful restaurant experience. And then I'm going to go home early at 8 p.m. so I can wake up at 4 a.m. and like I have to pack my full bags, have all my wardrobe steamed and everything, and be on time for the shuttle. Okay. So I go to this fabulous place, which you guys were telling this so fast because Nick has to be at work in 10 minutes. Anyway, I text my friend James, who is a bartender at Lisa Vanderpump's restaurant.
Pump. I love that. It's just called
I hope we are allowed to name drop this. Anyway, he's one of our friends, and I text him. I was like, hey, I'm out in WeHo. Are you around? He doesn't text back. I'm like, oh, he's probably just working. I'm like, I'll walk in. So nowadays, because of the show Vanderpump Rules and the Real Housewives, everybody, it's like a destination. It's a tourist thing. Like everybody wants to know people. So, you know, I'm in town. I'm like, oh, just like, it was a block away from where I ate dinner. And I like walk in and he like comes from behind the bar and is like, oh my gosh, Francesca, like, hey. And like, when I tell you I've never felt cooler. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, the fame. I just can't.
Get into the head, you know?
Anyway, he's just like, he's an actor full time, of course, in LA, doing his thing, bartending on the side at Pump. But he is one of the best looking men I've ever seen in my entire life.
He's like, yeah.
Like, I would say objectively beautiful.
And pretty.
Yeah, and so cool.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh my gosh, Francesca, what's up? And I'm like, oh my God, hi. Yeah, I'm just in town filming. Okay. Like, I don't know who the fuck I think I am. Oh, I'm just in town for the night to film for this network. Like, I just have to be at the studio in the morning. I'm sorry. You guys. It is.
We're so
they cast regular ass people on this show.
It is,
I mean, it's very comedians and big personalities. A lot of the people that I like met were definitely like comedians and wannabe actors. Again, wannabe actor over here. But I just like, it's like I'm in WeHo, I'm vibing, and he's like, oh, like sit down. And I said, he was like, are you going to have anything? And I was like, well, I have to be up early. And he was like, damn, you're better than me. When I have to film, he goes, I don't go out for weeks. I don't see anyone. I go home. I get my beauty rest. I'm like, I'm just like a professional. Meanwhile, I should be getting my beauty rest.
Right. Which you have been working up to, you know what I mean? And that's what I think is so funny.
But I think I was just so excited. And honestly, like, so James introduces me to all these like regulars at the bar and a bunch of his friends. So I'm like, I just know people. They're like, what are you in town for? I'm like, I just have something to shoot tomorrow. I am like living I've never felt cooler. And then he's like, oh, what are you gonna? I was like, oh, I'll do a glass of rosé. Like, what do you have? And he's like, honestly, Lisa's rosé is the best rosé like that we have.
Yeah.
I was like, really? And I was like, God, Lisa Vanderpump would know her shit though.
She would.
Of course. She's English. And she knows good rosé. And so he was like, no, 100%, it's the best one. And so my rosé glass, I just don't think got empty at all that night. So you guys, next thing I know. Anyway, I had the best night. It was the most wonderful experience. I had the best Caesar salad with rock shrimp on it I've ever had.
I love shrimp.
But you can't just eat salad and shrimp on a few glasses of rosé when you haven't drank in a while.
Right.
And I haven't been eating.
Yeah.
I mean, if eating a normal amount, but like I've been trying to like get fit. We're going to have to finish the rest of the story, which I would rather finish the rest of the story when I am allowed to talk about it.
Yeah.
But long story short.
No.
Well, no, because I don't want to say anything that I'm not allowed to say. If I start talking about day of production and the shit that went down, I don't want to like contractually get in trouble. No, they can fine you.
100%.
Guys, there's game show police.
I have never heard about this.
No, they are third party companies that are undercover on game shows. Because here's the thing, like think if you're on Survivor. And what if you helped someone, like someone behind the scenes, like a producer, someone helped a friend get on the show. You made a deal with them that, hey, I'm going to help you win. I'm going to feed you the answers.
Right.
I'm going to tell you the obstacles.
Yeah.
And if
it'd be a huge scam.
Well, exactly. And they're like, and I'm going to help you win. And then you give me half the money under the table. So actually this should give everyone like confidence in game shows. There are undercover game show police that just lurk around and listen to your conversations. You're not allowed to speak to certain people. I was sequestered. Yeah, because they wanted to make sure that no one could talk to me and give me any answers. Oh. So like Jeopardy. What if someone like there are people who are on Jeopardy that know all the answers.
Yeah.
So you can't have money or
right.
You guys, there's full on separate companies that are the game show police. So I don't want to upset them because they also pay attention to everybody who's going to be on the show. And then, my show won't air. Anyway, you guys, I still brought myself home at a normal amount of time, 11 p.m. But I just want to let you know that at 4 a.m. when I had to be up to get ready, I woke up with Doritos, Skittles, and a melted Snickers bar. You guys, I don't eat these foods, but I hadn't eaten and I was a little drunk and hungry. Melted onto me in bed, naked, completely ass naked, just
moments before you have to go film.
Yes. Yes.
Disaster.
But I will say I called my dad immediately. This is one thing. I do not have parents that I have to hide things from.
Yeah.
They are always my first call when anything happens. And like, they will always get me through it. And I go, Dad, I am upset. I feel like I sabotaged my life. This is something that it's really important in my life.
100%,
I decided to get back into acting. And then this is my first like little on camera casting gig. And I was like, and I've sabotaged myself. He goes, Francesca, first of all, calm down. Second of all, piazzas do their best work hungover.
I don't know why he always says that, but it's so fucking true. And it's such a weird thing to say, but like, it's true.
He goes, Francesca, you were so excited and you were so vibing and you were so happy in what you're about to be doing and what this could mean for you. He goes, so you had fun with your friend. You had too many glasses of rosé. And he goes, and I bet you it will help you on camera. He goes, you're not going to be too nervous. You're going to be a little slap happy. He goes, you're going to get your ass into hair and makeup. And they're going to put some extra powder under your eyes. And he was like, I bet you kill it. Piazzas do their best work hungover.
Wow. Honestly,
I have the best father in the world.
I know.
I literally was like, he was like, Francesca, stand up, take a shower, buck up, pack your things. He was like, and go act like the professional on set that you are.
Boom.
And I was like, all right, Dad. Yeah. I got you.
And showtime.
It's just showbiz, baby.
That's just showbiz, baby. Put sunglasses on.
Wow, it's really bright in here without
like,
these.
It's crazy what eyes do. Okay.
What, like pupils? Okay,
Yeah,
you guys, we gotta go. I love you so much, and thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to, because there was some shit that went down the day of production that I cannot wait to tell you about.
Part 2 coming soon with
when
that.
I'm allowed to. Also, do you know? Can't say if I won or did not win any money on the show. Had I possibly won any money, I do not get paid for 120 days after the show airs.
Yeah. I've heard about that. That's kind of nuts. I mean, that's like...
It's hilarious. So the show may air from September to May 2023 in 120 days after that. So if there is any monetary value coming my way, it's like Christmas 2023.
Christmas 2023. Land ho.
You guys, thank you so much for being here. Like and subscribe. Please subscribe and leave us a review.
Yeah,
and
please do.
This is
episode 32.
It's episode 32.
Yep.
I've never been happier. I think we're on the right path. And I just want to thank everyone for like hanging out with us and cool stuff to come. Thank you.
Bye.
See ya. Hope you have a vibey day.